Hey guys, what's up? Jimmy here with another Lots of Games video. Hope all of you guys are doing amazing. I've got 10 PS4 games here to represent the 10 games I'm going to be going over with you guys today. A lot of you guys watching this might have just recently got a PS4. You might be thinking, Jimmy, there's a lot of games I want to get, but things are tight. I don't have a whole lot of money. Fear not. I'm here to help you out. Now, the games I'm going over with you guys know I like to talk about games that you can get for a great deal. Games I'm going over with you guys, these games that are not $8.99. They're not $6.99 each. They're not even $4.99 each. The games, each and every one of them I'm going over with you guys, are free 99. Okay, 10 games that you can get, download right now for your PS4. Some awesome games I'm going to be going over with you guys. Now, guys, if you like this video, slap that thumbs up button so I can know to make more. I think I will be doing an episode 2 because there's definitely some games that I was able to include in the list that were really good games. So I'll probably do an episode 2. But let's just go ahead and get started with the list of 10 games that you can download for free on your PS4. Okay, so first one on the list is one I'm super excited to tell you guys about. Now, back in the day, I loved beat 'em up games, whether it was Streets of Rage 2 or Final Fight or X-Men, the arcade games. There's lots of great beat 'em ups. There's a free one you can get right now on your PS4, and it is Final Fantasy 15: A King's Tale. Now, this is awesome. This is a free game. This is a full game you can play. It is a beat 'em up. It's kind of like a prequel. Obviously, the visuals aren't as crazy or awesome as the full-fledged real Final Fantasy 15 game, but it's kind of like a prequel story to Final Fantasy 15, or a story being told by the king. And in fact, it is a beat 'em up, and it is around an hour and a half, 2 hours long. Definitely a longer beat 'em up than a lot of the arcade beat 'em ups back in the day. But this is one you can right now download, check out. If you're a fan, like I said, I'm a huge fan of beat 'em ups, whether it's Streets of Rage 2 or Final Fight or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Get this one right now, guys. Actually, I had heard about this one, but I didn't even really get a lot of details because there's a lot of different Final Fantasy 15 stuff going on. You know, there's like a mobile game, and there's like a VR fishing game coming out for the PSVR. This is one you don't have to pay anything. You can download it right now for your PS4. I played it, had a whole lot of fun with it, and I think you guys really enjoy it as well. Okay, so next up is a very fun and exciting and kind of tongue-in-cheek, ridiculous third-person shooter, multiplayer shooter, and that game is Loadout. Now, Loadout, now I do love first-person shooters, but I do love a good competitive third-person shooter as well. And this one is downright awesome. It's super fast-paced. It's super fun. When I first started playing, I'm like, oh, I'm playing all these guys that, I've been playing the game for a while. I'm just not gonna have fun. I actually somehow did okay, and I had a really good time playing. The maps or levels seemed just right. The weapons are super crazy and just bombastic, over the top. And a lot of times when you get hit, it'll be really gory. But the interesting thing is, it's not really realistic in the sense that, it's like, oh, it's super serious or super intense. This has a sense of humor. And again, like I said, things are done tongue-in-cheek. It is ridiculous. And the visual, it kind of has like a cartoonish Team Fortress visual look to it. And so when you get hit and there's lots of blood, and when the violence over the top, it is kind of hilarious. But guys, this one is really fun. I've had a whole lot of fun with Loadout. I'm really looking forward to playing more very soon, and it is a fantastic free-to-play game. Also, super important, I let you guys know, every single one of these ones that I've played so far, I did not have to have a PlayStation Plus membership. Like, oh, Jimmy, my PlayStation Plus just ran out. I like to play it and play online, but I can't. No, I played Loadout. My PS Plus recently, or ran out a while back, and I played it online, had lots of fun. I did not have to use PlayStation Plus, so just let you guys know that. Okay, so next up is a game I wasn't too sure about. I'd heard about this one for quite some time, and that one is World of Tanks. This is an online multiplayer game, competitive game where you are fighting and battling out with tanks. Visually, actually, I was quite impressed with it. I wasn't too sure, though, how fun this would be. I'm like, oh, you're just going against other tanks. This is going to be fun. I've actually really enjoyed it, and this is a game that's tremendously successful. It's on lots of different platforms right now. Tens of millions of people have played this game worldwide, and I had a whole lot of fun with it. Whether I was battling out with tanks at close range, or if there was a base that I was up on a hill, up on a ridge, and I had to kind of defend my base, defend my territory, and I had to shoot other tanks at long range, I had a blast. I really, really enjoyed it. Is this a game that I would gladly spend $60 for? Probably not. I'm just battling out with tanks. But having said that, it's free. It's super fun, and I really enjoyed World of Tanks. I'm definitely going to try it again in the near future. Okay, next up is a fighter. I'm a huge fan of fighting games, and the next title is Dead or Alive 5. Now, this one, the free-to-play model, of course, you have the full-fledged retail that has the story mode. The free-to-play model does not have the story mode, but other modes you can play, whether it's offline or online. You just cannot play the story mode. You have several different characters that you can play with, and you got all these diverse stages. You can unlock different costumes, and I'm honestly telling you guys this. I've been playing the Dead or Alive series for a really long time, ever since the PlayStation 1. When I first played the first Dead or Alive 1. This is a great series. Dead or Alive 5 plays fantastic on the PS4, and the free-to-play one is a blast. It is a whole lot of fun. There's crazy, over-the-top fighting moves. At times, depending on which stage you're in, you can knock your opponent off a cliff or through a building, and it's just crazy intense moments. And depending on what character you have, some of the combos and fighting mechanics are just so satisfying when you can land a few hits and just connect really well. So far, this is a game I had on my 360. I've played it a whole lot on the PS4. Definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of fighters, and definitely worth your time and downloading. Okay, next up is a first-person shooter, and this is a game that can have a whole lot of players at once, and I'm talking about Planetside II. When I first played Planetside II on the PC, this was one years ago when I played it. You definitely needed a beefy PC. Now it's on it's been on the PS4 for quite some time. And we think about games out there like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, you're like, wow, you can have 64 players at once. Planetside 2 takes things up a notch, like a whole lot, like multiple notches. In fact, Planetside 2 hit and broke a record with most players at one time with the Guinness Book of World Records. I think it was over 1,100 players at once during a match. And I've had, people have been playing this game for months. Recently, I got to hop in and play it again. Had a whole lot of fun with it. Definitely worth your time. If you're into first-person shooters, check it out. If you want something different, very different from, of course, it's like Call of Duty. Some things are similar in terms of like with first-person shooters, but it has its own thing. This is very different from Call of Duty. It has its own flavor to it. I think you guys really enjoy Planetside 2. Give it a chance. Try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so next up is Marvel Heroes Omega. Now, I know it's summertime. It seems like every single week there's a new superhero movie coming out. So this one's actually quite interesting. It kind of has like this view to it, or combat, that in some ways kind of reminds me of Diablo 3, but of course you're playing with Marvel superheroes. And of course there's been Marvel superhero games that have kind of like had this viewpoint in the past where you're battling out hordes of enemies, and throughout the different levels you get to play in, you get to try out these awesome superheroes that you grew up with and you've grown up with, whether you're reading the comics or watching the movies or watching the television shows. I think you guys will really enjoy this one, especially if you're a fan of this type of combat and battle system, and certainly if you're a fan of the superheroes and the Marvel universe. Okay, so next one is actually quite interesting. It's a hack and slash game. It hasn't been out for too long. Of course, it's been out for a little while, but it hasn't been out for years, and that is Let It Die. Now, here's the thing I do have to point out. In the beginning, when this first came out, when Let It Die first came out, a lot of people were going like, oh, it's just a Dark Souls clone. Now, there's a couple things that are similar with Let It Die and Dark Souls. There are a couple similarities in terms of Let It Die at times can be brutally difficult, and definitely a lot of the enemies can be really weird or bizarre, like a lot of enemies that you encounter with Dark Souls. But I have to say, it's its own game. There's a lot of differences. It's a totally different game than Dark Souls. Okay, just totally put that out there. Also, another thing, there are certain things that you can purchase with real money, but this game rewards you with so much premium currency for just, you don't have to spend any real money. You can enjoy this game and have a whole lot of fun with it. And again, one of the things that makes this game so different from Dark Souls is this has just a really sick and twisted sense of humor. In Let It Die, the purpose is you have to get to, it's a hack and slash game, you have to get to the very top of this twisted, crazy tower. And you're scraping and surviving for your life. You've got all these weird just foes coming at you. At times you'll encounter death riding who's on a skateboard. Really bizarre, but a whole lot of fun. It's created by the folks at Grasshopper, and they are well known for creating unique and kind of weird titles. Worth checking out. Again, you can play this one for free. You can play a lot of it for free, and I think you guys really have a whole lot of fun with Let It Die. Okay, so the next one is a really fun mech game. It's been out for years on the PC, and that is Hawken. Now, of course, a lot of you guys out there have already played Titanfall 1 or Titanfall 2. In Hawken, you're in a mech, you're battling it out with other mechs, and there were a lot of things I liked about with controlling the mechs in Hawken more than when compared with the mechs or the Titans in Titanfall. I felt like, I don't know, there's certain things I preferred in Hawken. Hawken, I felt like I could move around in certain ways faster. I also like the fact that I could quickly, if I was in a safe zone, I could repair my mech quite effectively. And I don't know, just the battling it out with the mechs was a lot more fluid. I didn't feel like I was stuck in the mud as much. Definitely one, guys, that I think is worth your time. Definitely check out Hawken, and let me know your thoughts on that title. Okay, so next up is a fantasy RPG, and it's actually a franchise that has been out for years on the PC. This free-to-play game, Neverwinter, is what I'm going to be talking about. This is, in fact, the universe of Neverwinter is originally from Dungeons and Dragons, and there was a couple different, 2 or 3 different Neverwinter titles that were released on the PC. Now there's this free-to-play game, and when I was first heard about it, I'm like, I'm not sure about that, because I had played the other Neverwinter games, or the first one on the PC. I thought it was really good, but this one is definitely different in its own unique way, but I think you guys will really enjoy it, especially if you're into fantasy RPGs, go and fetch quests, if you want to, customize your own character and get what abilities do you want? How do you want your character to look? And to just go out on these adventures in these areas and encounter these different people and heroes. I think you guys, if you are into RPGs, definitely check out Neverwinter. It's as a whole, if you check out on the PlayStation Network, the amount of times it's been downloaded, and you look at the stars, it's reviewed quite highly as a whole by gamers. Most gamers that have played this have really, really enjoyed it. Again, there's some great RPGs on the PS4. Fortunately, this is one you can download right now for free and play it, check it out, enjoy it, and have some fun. Okay, so the final title I'm going to be going over with you guys is a third-person action shooter, and that is Warframe. Now, Warframe, I believe Warframe, it was actually released on the PC before even the PS4 version came out. And I had played it on the PC, and it was super rough around the edges. And I was nervous about Warframe, to be quite honest. I know a lot of people really, really love Warframe, but I was nervous about Warframe before it got released because the developers who made Warframe, they also made that horrible co-op Star Trek game, which was horrible. There were certain things I liked about that Star Trek game, but I'm like, God, they're going to be making this game, Warframe? I don't know. Holy cow, they have really come a long way with developing this game and improving it, fine-tuning it, and it is awesome. It is amazing. And for some people, it is extremely addictive. When you get a moment, if you go to the Steam website and check out the store page for Warframe, look at some of the reviews and some of the gamers that have just been so hooked on this title. And you don't need a PC to play it. You can play it right now on your PS4. There's, in the beginning, it starts off, there's a story. You get to select your different weapons, whether you want melee, whether you want a pistol or firearm, or whether you want a bow. And it's super fast paced. It's done, you got this character, it's in third person. You're in this alien world, really cool atmosphere, and the characters have enemies and heroes have this really unique look to them, really cool art style, really fun game that a lot of people are playing Warframe. And again, you guys can play it, download it for free on your PS4, and I think you guys will really have a whole lot of fun with it. So guys, there are the 10 free PS4 games you can download right now. Again, I'll probably be doing an episode 2 for this series. Any free-to-play games for the PS4 that I missed that you think I should cover for the next episode, definitely leave a comment in the section below. I think I'll definitely be covering Paladins because that one is pretty awesome. But guys, let me know in the comment section below what you think about the games that I talked about today. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.